Okay, welcome. This is a quick recording on how to do the graph for your drop bounds lab activity. We've done a lot of this in class, so if you have any questions, please let me know, or you could go back to one of the class recordings. This is the top part of the lab. I'm just going to scroll through. We have the introduction and the purpose statement you could read through. The instructions on where to go. So Unit 1, Section 107, page 5, and the simulation looks like this. You have 3 different temperatured balls, and you have a ruler in centimeters. You're going to drop all of the 3 different balls in your trials. You have your hypothesis statement here. Make sure you're filling that in. Your 4 pre-lab questions, you want to fill that in as well. Your procedure, and then we get down to the data table. And so again, you're going to be dropping your 3 different balls for 3 different trials and fill in your data table. And the last column will be your average. Once you have your table filled out, now we need to graph the points. So you're going to be graphing the first and last column, right? So temperature and the average of your 3 trials. So if I scroll down, I have my graph here. And you can see I have my bounds height and my temperature. And so I need to put 3 points onto this graph. I'm going to make up any points, but when you do yours, you'll have the points that are in your data table. And if you need help trying to graph those onto your graph and knowing where to put them, then let me know. There's 2 different ways that you can draw on this graph. The first way is by using shapes, and I believe everyone should have this function, so I'm going to start there. So I'm going to go up to Insert at the top of the screen, and Shapes, and I'm going to choose a circle because I want to make my 3 points. So here's my circle, and I'm just going to draw 1 point. And now what I want to do, if I could, you don't have to, but you could change the color, you could change the outline of it, so I'm going to just change it to red just for fun. You could change the outline if you'd like. I'll make that one red too. You don't have to. Now that I have my dot, I need 3 points, so I'm going to copy and paste that 2 more times so that I can put all 3 of them onto the graph. So I'm going to go home up here at the top and just copy and paste 2 more times. And now I have my 3 points, and I can move them anywhere on the graph. So again, I'm going to just make them up and throw them on the graph anywhere, but you'll have your actual points from your data table. So there's 1 point, and here's my 3rd one. I'm going to put it there. Maybe I'll put it down a little. And now I have my 3 points on the graph. Oops. I just clicked on the graph as a picture, so if that happens, just click somewhere else. And now I need to draw a line, my trend line. So I'm going to go up to Shapes again, so Insert, Shapes. And this time I'm going to draw a straight line, so I'm going to choose the line. And I'm just going to draw a line anywhere. Actually, if you want to draw it right into the graph, you can. So I'm going to draw my trend line right there. It looks like it's between those points. And I'm going to let it go. Again, you can make your line a different color. I'll change it over to green. You can make it fatter if you'd like, so the weight, and then go down and make it a bigger line. Once you have it on there, you could move the line too if you want to move it somewhere else. If you want to adjust your trend line, you could grab the end of the line and you could rotate it to make sure your trend line's in the right spot. Right, so that's the first way to draw onto your graph using the shape function. The second way is the drawing function, and I'm not sure that everyone has this, but if you do, it will be up at the top and it says draw, so I'm going to click there. And you have a pencil or an eraser, you have some pens, you have a highlighter, and so I'm going to choose the pen to do my 3 points. And so this time I'm going to leave them blue so they stand out. So I have this blue selected, but you could select any color by clicking this drop down next to the pen. And you can make your dot small or big, right, using these 3 circles, so I'm going to make it the biggest one. And then I could just go over to my graph and make a dot, make a dot, and make a dot. If you want to, you can make them right on the graph too. Then I'm going to click this little arrow button at the beginning so my pen goes away, And now I can move these points wherever I want on the graph as well. So I'm just going to scooch them over. And there you go. If you want to draw the line here, you can. But I think drawing the line using the shapes is probably best because you actually get the straight line. If you try to freehand it, you may not get a straight line. And that is it. So once you have your graph done, you're just going to continue on with the lab. If I scroll down, you're going to continue with the last few questions and the conclusion. That's it for the recording. If you need any help with the graph, please let me know. I'm available anytime. We could get together, or again, you could go back through the class recordings to review. Have a great day.